Hello, welcome back to the channel. So this is going to be one of the first videos I do of a new set of stuff that I'm going to start doing, which is collating all the news that's come out about Liverpool over the past 2 days and just do a video about it and give you my thoughts about it, really. I said about then quite a few times, didn't I? Yeah, but that's basically what the gist of these videos are going to be. I ain't going to do them daily just because at this moment in time I don't really have the time, and to be fair to you, a lot of the stuff that comes out every day is just regurgitated nonsense anyway, as we'll probably see today and some of the stuff that's out and about. So yeah, I just thought I'd start off today's. They're going to come out every 2 days, and yeah, let's just get going, guys, and what's come out today over the past couple of days. So let's start with this one. Oh my days. We've got Jurgen Klopp is urged to drop £87 million duo and let him go for free in the summer. I think we know straight away who this is about. Naby Keita and OxladeChamberlain. I think we all know this has been coming, guys. I don't even know why this is in the news. Like, this is one of the reasons why I won't be doing this every single day. I think it's known to everybody that the Ox and Naby's going to be going in the summer. I do find it quite fascinating that Keita is supposed to be like nearing full fitness now. Just round about the time we're supposed to be getting some new owners. You know, is he going to try and put some performances in and try and get a big bumper on his wage packet? Who knows? But I think it's a bit late for him now, and it's a bit late for the Ox to do anything. So they'll literally just be showing the door, I think, this summer, no matter what they do. This year now, we've moved past them. They've gone on in too much in age now. The Ox has helped out here, there and everywhere, and I just feel like ever since he got that injury against Rome in the Champions League, he's just not been the same player, really, has he? And Keita's just never really got going, bless him. Like, he got given the shirt by Steven Gerrard. We had the year hype of him coming because we basically agreed the deal the year before he joined us, so it's just not worked out, has it? I'd probably put him down as like Jurgen Klopp's biggest flop, really, in the transfer market, if we're being honest with ourselves, wouldn't we? So let's move on to the next one, shall we? This one here, Virgil van Dijk has said that Coady Gakpo can step up to the next level, but questions his options. I actually found this one quite interesting and rather funny, to be fair, because if you look at how far Gakpo's come this year, like if you go back to like last summer, he was almost joining like Leeds in Southampton, I think, for like 15 million, and now that price has like tripled, I think. And you know, Man United and Real Madrid are in for him, apparently, according to this. And Van Dijk's basically turned around and said he'd questioned whether Man United and Real Madrid are at the same level. Let's just find his quotes here. He says, "I have to be honest, I'm not thinking about that now, about Coady Gakpo's future." This is Gakpo speaking. "I'm focused on the tournament and I want to keep performing well, to keep helping the team, and hopefully when we become world champions we can think of other things. I try to keep focused and the other players don't really speak about that kind of thing." And then let's get to Van Dijk here. So Van Dijk's quotes are, "I think he can definitely step up. He's got the next step in him, and I definitely feel like it could happen. Whether it happens in the winter or next year, time will tell. But he's a great boy. He works hard. He's very talented, and there's definitely more in him. We are very pleased he's doing so well. And long may it continue." And then he was basically asked about other players, like, you know, Man United, like people that are other teams that are interested in like Man United and Real Madrid, and he basically just turned around and said, like, I don't think them two teams are on the same level. And is Man United really a step up? Basically, to be fair, guys, I've said this in a previous video before, I would take Gakpo at Liverpool. We've got, obviously, Bobby's contract is still technically running out. He's not signed a new deal. I would give him one on reduced wage and just short term, you know, maybe he can retire at Liverpool. But with Diogo Jota and Diaz being injured and Jota becoming more and more injured, I do feel like we need another forward. Just because, as you've seen, just before the World Cup started, we had Darwin, Bobby and Salah playing, and Darwin out wide. Where for me, yeah, he's performed well, but his main role should be down the middle. So if we can get Gakpo in and he can cover across the front three, which is what Jurgen likes in his players, I think it would be a shrewd bit of business for Liverpool. And he will cost probably about 50 million, maybe. Might go up in price depending on how far Haaland go and how many goals he gets in this World Cup. But he seems like a really good player for me, to be fair. Wasn't one I was looking at until the World Cup started, I'm going to be honest, but let's see where that goes. So, Jude Bellingham believes that Jordan Henderson deserves far more respect after the performance last night, which I watched that game last night, and Bellingham and Henderson were like some of the best players on the pitch. If we're being honest, I don't think anyone can argue with that, can they? Henderson for me should have been England captain over Harry Kane. Maybe that's just my Liverpool bias coming through, but I like my captains to be vocal. And you know, during the whole COVID season when we had no fans in and we were watching the games, all we could hear all match was Henderson when he was playing, was just his voice. And there's compilations out there of him. He's just a really motivational captain for me, and I just think he should be England's captain. I really do. But let's get to what Bellingham said about him. He said, "Brilliant performance today. I've seen some rubbish that was said about him playing and stuff like that. It's ridiculous. He's so underrated technically, and he's delivered again in a big game with a massive goal. So I think it's time he gets a bit of respect." To be fair, like when Henderson first joined Liverpool, I wasn't too impressed, but ever since he got that captaincy armband, he's grown as a character, as a player, and you know, he's probably one of Liverpool's most successful captains. Like, he really is just a really great player for Liverpool. His work ethic, the way he shows people how to play and how to press, his voice, he's like a coach on the pitch. I think Klopp or Pep Linders have said that themselves. Like, Henderson, we need him on the pitch, I think, at this moment in time. And yeah, he might go missing in some games, and he might put a few poor performances in, and you know, like sometimes his passing's not the best. You know, I'm kind of making him sound like we're carrying him now, but he does bring something to the team, and the fact he can play in the 6 and as an 8, you know, he is like one of the best players for England right now. I really do believe he is. Like, they need him in that team, and as much as his time at Liverpool is coming to an end as a first teamer, I don't think we can argue with the fact that at this moment in time he is something that we need in there. We don't have what Henderson brings. Perhaps Bellingham will be the person that comes in and takes that spot, but at this moment in time we've got Henderson. So I do think that Henderson is and will be a great Liverpool player for a couple more years, but let's wait and see what happens there, guys. So we will finish this off today with the big news that, well, it's not even big news really, is it, if we're being fair to ourselves. It is in regards to Jude Bellingham again, and it's the latest around who's actually in to sign him. And as it stands, according to Sky Germany, Manchester United are not in the race. Who would have believed it? I mean, they've come out and basically said that it's between Liverpool, Man City and Real Madrid. For me, guys, I don't see us signing Jude Bellingham unless we get some new owners in, because of his price tag. Like, he is going to cost us, it says here, 100 to 150 million euros, which I think is about 130 million pounds. I can't see FSG funding that. I really can't. And I think this might be down to part reason why they want to sell the club, if I'm being honest with you guys. I just can't see him trying to put the money into the team to revitalise it as much as we need. Apparently, it says here, it's from Florian Plattenberg, who was someone I've mentioned in the previous video. He's come out and said that Klopp and the Liverpool players are really pushing for Liverpool to sign Bellingham, and that Dortmund would sell in the summer, but the price tag is what I've just said it is. Now, I'm not want to repeat myself, guys, but I just can't see this move happening, like, unless FSG sell the club, and he will be like the first signing of the new owners potentially. And it is quite worrying when you see that Man City and Real Madrid are in talks too, because obviously they have the money to just blow us out of the water at this moment in time. But he seems to have his head on his shoulders, does Bellingham, doesn't he? You know, he could have gone to Manchester United before he went to Dortmund, but that move didn't happen because they thought he'd get more game time at Dortmund. So I guess it's just one of those where they have to see fit where he would perform better and get more game time and what's best for his career at the end of the day. a move to Liverpool would probably be that. I think I've seen or heard rumours that Jude's dad is a Liverpool fan, so maybe that's some sort of influence over it. But, you know, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if Bellingham wants to come to Liverpool. All that matters is can we agree a fee with Dortmund, and if they're asking for them prices, I just can't see FSG funding it. I really can't. And the longer they're in charge and this is happening, it's either going to be a case of Bellingham's going to have to turn around and say he's not going anywhere apart from us, in which case he stays another season, or we have new owners and they'll just pay the price, basically. Because I don't think he'll ask for stupid wages. I think he'll want to be like one of the key players, one of the mainstays in the midfield, because we're going to have a big a big midfield refresh in the summer in January. Get a few more players in, get a few players out. Jude will want to be like the main guy that comes in during the summer and the windows. So I don't know, guys. I love this player so much when he's played for England, and it just fits, you know, like the Hey Jude song. Like, I can already imagine that from the Cop. But just to repeat myself, if FSG are still in charge, I can't see this deal happening. I really can't. Not for that price anyway. Definitely not for that price. So that'll bring me to the end of today's video for the news and everything, what's going on at Liverpool. There was the other thing as well about the squad got announced that's going to Dubai, and we had Keita and Jota and some of the injured lads are going to go over there, and like Darwin Núñez is going to join up a bit later on. But other than that, guys, that is the news for today with Liverpool. I'll be back on Wednesday to go over everything else that's going on. In the meantime, though, if something does break in regards to like the sale of the club or anything massive, there will be another video in between. But up until that point, guys, there'll be another video on Wednesday to go over everything else that comes out. Hope you like this video, guys. Let me know down below in the comments. Give this video a like if you've enjoyed it. And if you're new here, subscribe to the channel. And I'll catch you in the next one.